Hi everyone, I'm Christophe Choo with the Christophe Choo Real Estate Group at Coldwell Banker Global Luxury in Beverly Hills. And I've been selling real estate now for 32 years. Hard to believe that more than half my life I've been selling real estate. Almost 3/4 of my life, it's just crazy. Started 18 years old, didn't know anything about real estate, but now today, 32 years later, I do think I know a little bit about what I'm doing, or a lot. Anyways, today one of the top questions we have from buyers and sellers is how can we sell, or how can we buy in today's world with the current health crisis? Well, fortunately, I started selling virtually back in 2007, 2008, before the previous housing crash, which is different than today. Today's a medical situation going on, a health crisis, but not a housing crash. But I've been selling virtually because many of my clients are foreign buyers, and quite often over the years, we've probably done about 10, 11 transactions in the last 10, 11 years, simply virtually. When I first discovered videos and YouTube and video cameras, I would go to properties and videotape them, do videotape market tours about the markets in different areas and neighborhoods, explaining to buyers. So I've sold quite a number of homes virtually where the buyers never even came physically to see the house, and they bought and sold. And I'm not talking about, our market's different here in Beverly Hills. I'm not talking about a $200,000 house, a $300,000 house. I'm talking about houses generally in excess of 10 million plus. Most of the sales I've done virtually in the past, not recently, it's a little different today, were over 10 million. But how do we do that? And I have a little chart that I will share later on about how we can sell your home virtually and what are we doing. So, and again, we've been doing this since 2006, 2007. First of all, virtual home in-person or in-person valuations. We can do a Zoom call, and I did this a couple times in the last few weeks, a Zoom call or a FaceTime call where I literally have you as a seller walk me through the house with your camera or your phone and show me the house. Very easy to do. I've seen a lot of properties over the years, and some of these houses that are selling today I've seen 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. So unless they've changed a lot, I can see what they've done from a video. We can do in-home personal meetings. We just follow the CDC guidelines. I wear a mask, I wear gloves, and we stay 6 feet apart. So we can do that in person as well if you prefer. I know I prefer to be in person, and I'm not fearful as long as I wear a mask and gloves and take the proper protocols. Electronic signatures. I've been doing electronic signatures for years now, DocuSign. So most of my clients, because they don't live in Los Angeles necessarily, everything is done via DocuSign, all electronically. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful way to do business and really makes things easier and smoother for everyone. So aside from a couple documents, which we'll talk about later, everything can be signed electronically. Listing agreements, purchase agreements, disclosures, everything can be done electronically. Professional photos, video tours, etc. So I was one of the foremost experts in video marketing, as many of you know. I won the award in 2018, or I think it was 2018, for the #1 real estate video influencer in North America. So I've been using videos for many years to sell my properties. And it really helps. Aside from videos, we have Matterport tours, we have 3D videos, 3D home tours, and being a premier agent, Zillow is one of the top search engines for buyers in the world. And I don't know if you know this, but most of the listings on Zillow, agents don't know how to properly market on Zillow. So first of all, we make sure that all of our photos on Zillow are high-res photos. Most agents, the Zillow feed comes from their local MLS. So when you're looking on Zillow and you see that little MLS watermark on the bottom and the photos are smaller, it's because the agent didn't take the time to change those photos and upload those photos as high definition so you can see a larger version. And I test it all the time. So if you look at an MLS uploaded photo, which is 2 megabytes on Zillow, it's about a third of the screen. When I upload my high-res photos, which are anywhere from 14 to 20 megabytes of photo, and you click the photos, first of all, there's no watermark, and the photos are almost 3/4 of the screen. So I know for me, I like to see big photos, almost full screen, so it's important to know how to properly, or have an agent like me that knows how to properly post the right photos on Zillow so that people see, the consumers see high-res, large photos. #2, I am a Zillow Premier agent. Most Zillow agents are not, but as a Premier agent, I can have 3D video tours, and I can also have Zillow video tours. Now, they're not professional videos because Zillow requires you to do their videos in the Zillow app. It's a 2-minute long video. There's no voice, there's no words. It's just simply videos of each room. And mastered how to do that, so we do that. And then thirdly, we do the 3D tours. If you look at our listings on Zillow, you'll see that all of them, you click on, you can look at a 3D tour and go room by room and circle around and look around at the entire room in 3D. But again, most agents just simply don't know how to do that. So video tours, 3D tours, Matterport tours, Zillow videos, Zillow 3D. I mean, we do everything possible to market your home virtually. And social media, one of our listings, we didn't even put it on the market. I did a couple posts on social media with coming soon videos, and we got offers just from that before even going on the MLS. So very, very important. Marketing. So we have a formal marketing plan, and our marketing plan is always the same. You'll get a written marketing plan when you list with us. The only exception today with our normal marketing plan, and it is a virtual marketing plan, there are no physical open houses. So far, the city of LA and California are not allowing us to do any public or broker open houses. I don't know when that will resume, but right now, we're going full board with our marketing, full board on social, and let's face it, most people look at things online. And when we get calls for showings, we're very, very thorough. I mean, we're in a high-end market, so we always pre-approve and we vet the buyers and the agents. We need to know who the buyers are. We need to know that they're pre-approved or have proof of funds, and we do request that. So we let the agents know when they first contact us about showing a property or a buyer, we need to know that their buyers have been pre-approved. We want a copy of that pre-approval letter or proof of funds before we schedule a showing. Again, in today's world, that's even more important because health and safety first. So if you have an agent that's not previewing, an agent that's not pre-qualifying the buyers or making sure they're pre-approved, be careful of that because you don't want your health and safety to be at risk for some buyer that simply is not qualified. And we had to turn down 2 showings last week because agents said, oh, my clients are pre-approved, they were not paying cash. I said, great, send us the pre-approval. And then push come to shove, they don't send us a letter. Oh, well, they've talked to the lender, but they're not actually pre-approved. So why would I risk our health and safety, my staff's health and safety, and my seller's health and safety for someone that's not pre-approved? So be very, very careful about that. Virtual open houses and home tours. Our MLS is now allowing us to share our branded videos, which is great, and doing virtual open houses. So when we list a property, we schedule certain dates and times on our local MLS where we're doing virtual open houses. As well, with the use of technology, I do live Facebook tours of my listings. And you get lots and lots of views from these Facebook tours. And it's amazing because back when I first started social media back in 2006, 2007, it was not really well known. And people are like, why are you doing that? You're crazy to go on social media. But in today's world, people are on there all day long, and that's how people are finding houses. It's hard to believe, but that's the truth. Personalized video tours and in-person showings. So obviously, when people call us for showing, we ask for a pre-approval letter, proof of funds. We tell them the details about how we show a property. We can show properties legally, and everyone has to wear a mask, everyone has to wear a glove. Only a certain number of people at a time in the house can be there, but we take very protective measures. And we swipe down and clean everything we need. We always bring extra gloves and extra masks in our car in case people don't have them when they arrive. Because if they arrive without a mask, they're not going to come in and see the property. So we're very, very careful, and we're very, very cautious, and we're following all of the CDC guidelines on how to keep everyone safe around us. And again, with 32% more buyers looking online, we send them, when they first send us that email about showing or call us, we send them the link to 3 of our videos. We send them the professional video, we send them the walking tour video, and we send them the website with all the photos. And I tell the agents or the buyers to please look through these 3 videos, the professional one, the actual virtual showing, and the photos, and make sure it's what you're looking for. If they still like it after seeing all that, then we schedule the showing. But be careful, because sometimes people come and see and brokers don't take the time to really educate their clients about the house, or sometimes they don't even know what the client really wants in a house. So they're out there just showing them things that the buyer doesn't even want. And you get to a property for showing, you set up, you get ready for the showing, and the buyer comes in and says, oh, I don't even want to look at the house, it's not for me. So our time is valuable, your time is valuable, so let's make sure we do the proper protocols to make sure the buyers that come are pre-approved, qualified, are careful, and have pre-selected the house and really know they want to see it. Money and funds. Well, money and funds have been wired for years. Many of my foreign clients and even clients around the country, it's all done by wire transfers. Always done, again, with the correct protocols. I never send wire transfer instructions. They only come from the escrow company, and they're all encrypted emails with passwords. so that you have all the proper information so you can safely wire transfer your funds to the escrow company. I've heard of horror stories where agents have sent their buyers wire transfer instructions, and those wire transfers were interceded by scammers, and they had to pay out of their pockets to reimburse those clients for those deposits. So we are very careful. If you work with me, you will never get wire transfer instructions from me. They will always come from escrow, because look, you get through buying a house, finding the house, getting through the inspections, you're ready to close. The last thing you want is your money to poof, disappear into the world of scammers. So, inspections. Oh, and also I wanted to mention, with photos and video shoots, we've been doing them since this lockdown. All of our photographers, videographers come with masks and gloves. We meet them with masks and gloves so that everyone is protected. So at every level of this transaction, you are protected with safety first in our minds to make sure you're healthy and well. And everyone's healthy and well. We don't want this disease to spread to anyone, certainly from us or from a client. So we have to make sure we protect each other to make sure this ends sooner than later so we can get back to some normal semblance of life. Inspections, same thing. Inspectors are still working, movers are still working. Most of the service companies are considered essential, so they're all working. But inspectors come with masks and gloves. I generally recommend the sellers go out of the house during the inspections. Buyers can be there if they want, but a lot of times today buyers don't want to be there, so it's simple. They do the inspections, we get a written report within a couple of hours or within 24 hours, and we can then schedule a Zoom call with the inspector, the 3 or 4 or 5 of us, and discuss specific questions with the inspector once you as a buyer has reviewed the report. Or even sometimes sellers get the inspections from buyers want to renegotiate, and the seller's like, wait a minute, my house is fine, that's not a problem. Well, we get on the phone with the inspector and say, hey, my sellers are here, they don't think this is a problem. Explain to us what you found and what you told the buyer so that the sellers can also be educated and make a rational, informed decision on whether they want to give a credit, not give a credit, make the repair or not. So anyways, it's another very important part. Closings. So closings are pretty simple in California. We are now doing virtual closings in Los Angeles County. In the past, the title company would go at 8 o'clock in the morning to the LA County Recorder's Office and literally record the original documents behind the window to the city or the county to record the closing. This county has allowed that virtually now for about 8 or 9 weeks. But even prior to getting to that point, there are 2 aspects where a buyer and a seller have to notarize documents in a transaction. As a seller, you always have to notarize the grant deed. That's the transfer document where you as a seller are granting this property transfer to the buyer. And as a buyer, if your property is being financed, you do have to sign loan docs. So we've been using traveling notaries for probably 17 or 18 years. That's been a constant in my life. Our clients are busy people, they're business people, they don't have time to go to the bank or go to the escrow company in most cases. So we just simply send a traveling notary to their home. And today they socially distance 6 feet apart. They wear masks and gloves. And also they bring new pens. That's one of my rules, that they have to bring brand new pens and give those new pens to the seller or the buyer to sign. And then they can throw away that disposable pen. So anyways, it's important. I also keep with me always a bottle of spray alcohol. So every time I go anywhere, in and out, I'm always spraying my hands with alcohol. I'm surprised they're not dry and cracked up, but I must spray my hands and my phone with alcohol 40, 50 times a day. So again, all these proper measures are in place. And luckily, it's funny because I heard a couple brokers a few weeks ago, I am an expert in virtual selling. I'm like, wow, you've only had your license for 6 months. How is that possible? Well, I can really tell you from the heart and from the truth, I have been a virtual agent now for a good 13, 14 years. So I've been there, I've done that for the longest time. And one funny little final comment is Zoom. You know, everyone in the world now is doing Zoom parties. We've had some Zoom parties, Zoom conference calls, Zoom meetings, and I was showing my wife how to use Zoom because she's now Zooming her friends. And I said, honey, I've been using Zoom since I think 2011 or 2012, since they first started. Because when I went on my account, I realized my password was from 2012. Anyways, so I've been using Zoom and all of these other options. As soon as the virtual tours came out, I did them. As soon as Matterport came out, I did them. As soon as Zillow allowed videos, I did videos. As soon as Zillow did 3D tours for Premier agents, I did 3D tours. So I'm always an innovator. I'm always looking at the future. What's the newest way of doing things differently, uniquely, and getting the results that my clients want. So So I love what I do. I've been doing this for a long time, so we can walk you through that process as a buyer, as a seller. If you want to sell your house or you're thinking about it, there's never an obligation. Just call me or email me. Let's schedule a Zoom call. If you're a buyer, same thing. Let's talk about your needs. Let's do a Zoom call. Let's get to know each other online. See if you like me, see if I like you, see if we can do business together. But this will all ultimately lead, if you follow my virtual selling program, to you buying your dream home, buying your next investment property, or selling your current home and buying the next one. That's what I'm here for, and that's why experience matters. And look, 32 years, I've been there. There's a lot of agents out there that are top agents, but they've only been around 5, 6, 7 years. They have no clue what a down market is. They have no clue how to adapt and thrive in this kind of climate. I do, I have many times before, and I am now succeeding so that you can succeed as a buyer and seller in today's marketplace. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Agents too, you can get some good advice here as to how you can handle virtual sales. And thank you for watching, and it would be truly my pleasure to assist you with all of your real estate needs. So call me at 310-777-6342 or check out our website, ChristopheChoo.com. And again, we look forward to meeting you or helping you again. And thank you to all of my past clients. I'm so happy and honored and thrilled. One of my past clients of 26 years, we're back doing deals again. I think this will be our potentially 11th, 12th, and 13th transaction. After the showing order was lifted last week, they called, we looked at a couple properties. They want to buy one of those, they want to sell one or two others. So we're looking at 3 new transactions, and 26 years later, working together. So I appreciate all of you, and hopefully you're my next client, and we can be doing business for the next 26 years or more. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon, and let me help you with all you need in real estate. Take care now, and be safe.